All right, let's talk about stress. The world we live in is stressful, and even in our personal lives, stress is a natural, physical, and mental reaction to life experiences. We all experience stress from time to time. It's part of our lives. Stress is dangerous. It takes a toll on our body long term. And if we can't control our stress, it will eventually have devastating effects on our health. What's the effects of stress on our cardiovascular system? Stress triggers the release of hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, leading to an increase in heart rates and blood pressure. Chronic stress can lead to inflammation. There is vasoconstriction, that is thickening of the arteries, and this is going to increase the blood pressure. And also inflammation in the arteries contributes to plaque formation, and which elevate the risk of heart diseases. Over time, this can result in serious conditions such as hypertension or heart attack. What about our guts or our digestive system? Stress affects our guts by altering gut motility. It prevents free movement of food items in our gut, which means slows down gut motility, leading to symptoms such as bloating, diarrhea, and constipation. Stress can disrupt the balance of gut microbiota, that is the good bacteria in our guts. This leads to the impairment of digestion. Digestion slows down, and nutrient absorptions also. Additionally, it can also increase stomach acid production, which may exacerbate conditions such as gastritis and acid reflux. Now, what's the impact of stress on blood glucose? This is very interesting. Stress can lead to elevated blood glucose level due to the release of stress hormone like cortisol and adrenaline. So whenever we are stressed, there is going to be increased cortisol, and increased cortisol prompts the release of glucose into our bloodstream, thereby leading to increase in blood glucose level. So think about it this way. Whenever we are stressed, the cortisol level will go up, and increased cortisol prompts the liver to release glucose into our bloodstream. Why? Because whenever we are stressed, it triggers fight and flight mode. And fight and flight, that means we need energy. Glucose are delivered into the blood, thereby spiking our blood glucose level. So stress increases blood glucose level. So this process can result to type 2 diabetes over time. And for someone who is already diagnosed with diabetes, it could make management of diabetes really difficult. Now, what impact do stress have on immune system? Stress weakens our immune system by suppressing the production of essential immune cells and antibodies. Chronic stress can result in increase in inflammation and slows down response to infections, making you susceptible to infections. And to the big one, stress can lead to weight gain, significant weight gain. And how? Number one, hormonal changes. Stress alters the hormone. And this kind of hormones, when stressed, the body releases cortisol, also known as the stress hormone. Elevated cortisol level increases cravings of high caloric food like sugar, fatty foods, contributing to weight gain. Whenever we are stressed, most people are not motivated to do anything. And this leads to individuals engaging in sedimentary behaviors like binge eating, browsing the internet all day, lack of motivation, lack of drive, and so on and so forth. Stress also can lead to disruption in sleep patterns. Whenever you're stressed, there is a spike in your cortisol level. And in the context of sleeping, whenever your cortisol level is high, melatonin which is also known as the sleep hormone, drops. So whenever your cortisol level is high, melatonin is low. Why? Because during flight and fight, cortisol is increased for energy, for activity. It's time to be active. At that time, you are not expected to sleep, so melatonin automatically goes down. So constant stress keeps the cortisol level high and melatonin down. And so you will find it very difficult to sleep, and there's going to be constant disruptive sleep patterns. So with all this, it's very important to pay attention to any stressors that we have, because these are silent killers. Over time, they are going to have devastating effects on our health. How can we manage stress? How can we, manage our stress level? It's inevitable that we are going to be stressed, but we can find a way around it. We can bring it down as much as possible. The first thing we have to do, you must first of all acknowledge that if you do not manage your stress will kill you. This is factual. It's a matter of time. So in the midst of all chaos of this world, we have to try as much as possible to calm ourselves down, to switch off from the stressors. For example, social media, mainstream media, bad news, chaos. We have to make sure we take our mind off all these things. So I call it mindful meditation. This centers our thoughts and bring down anxiety. First of all, think of every good thing you have in your life. Think about things that are going your way. Do not focus. Take your mind off things that are not going your way. Put your mind on things you've achieved. Think about, be grateful. By focusing on the present moment, you can cultivate a sense of calm. Regular exercise is also a very powerful tool to managing stress because it produces endorphins. Endorphins has been proven to improve mood, and it's also a natural sense of relaxation. It provides a natural sense of relaxation. Exercise brings mental clarity. Exercise calms us down. Exercise takes your mind off, your responsibilities, takes your mind off life issues. It makes you focus on here and now. Social support can also, be very, very helpful. Call your loved ones, hang out with them, spend time with people that really care about you and that you care about. Remind you that you are not in it alone. There are people that still care for you. So socializing with people that you care about and also care about you helps in managing stress level. Also proper planning, setting realistic goals also help in managing our stress. Having a very realistic to-do list will go a long way. It prevents you from being overwhelmed and make you focus on what you can achieve right now. So in my subsequent video, I'm going to dive in deeper on how stress makes you gain weight.